Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure many of you probably heard this story or at least saw it out there where an 11-year-old called 911 because of a domestic disturbance that was going on. And the police arrive and shot this poor child. You know, I can literally see police becoming obsolete in America. I do. I mean, I know some people think that's far-fetched. I don't think it's far-fetched. I think when there's enough killings from people calling, I think it is gonna eventually turn everything around. It's almost there now. I definitely see it happening. So let's get into this story. Let's get into it, y'all. This is so disgusting. So a Mississippi police officer he's suspended without pay. He really should be jailed for what he did to this child. So he's accused of shooting an unarmed 11-year-old child who called law enforcement for assistance in a domestic disturbance incident, has been suspended without pay. So this officer's name is Sergeant Greg Capers. Okay, this is Sergeant Greg Capers. Oh boy. So they said right now the investigation is ongoing into the shooting that unfolded last weekend at the home of Adarian Murray, who is the 11-year-old. His family attorney, Carlos Moore, told the Associated Press, "This can't keep happening. This is not okay. If a non police officer was to shoot somebody, it's not okay. When they do it, it's not okay. When the police do it, they have a protocol. He was trained, he knows what to do. Like if you are scared, you are in the wrong field. Yes. If you got to say, I feared for my life, then you need to turn in your badge and gun. You have no business even being a cop. You have no business being a cop. You should leave and find another profession because y'all only use that as a defense mechanism to get out of taking accountability. That's the only reason why that phrase is used. So anyway, the child's mother, I think her name is Nikala Murray, told reporters earlier this week. So his mother said the police responded to the residence in a rural city at 4 a.m. Saturday after the father of one of her children showed up knocking on the window and appeared irate. Okay. So justice needs to be done. This is what his mother is saying. This stuff cannot keep happening. My baby almost lost his life. He doesn't understand. I don't understand. It was scary. It was traumatic, she added. My daughter was in the house as well. My 3-year-old nephew stays with me as well. It could have been him running around the corner. He couldn't have took that bullet. So anyway, Moore told AP, and if you look at where you see the bandage on his chest, a few centimeters over, this child would not even be alive. I mean, this is just horrible. These cops are not trained to serve the community, especially ours. They're trained to kill us over any little remedial thing. And that's just what they do. And I think when he shot this child, he intended him for him to die. He did not think he was going to live. Just looking where that bullet went in, no, he was trying to kill this child. So anyway, Wow, this is a hard one, y'all. So, Moore told AP that two police officers responded, and one kicked in the front door before, she could open the door. She told them the intruder had left the area, but three children were inside, according to Moore. Moore said Nicola Murray told him that Capers yelled into the home and said anyone inside should come out with their hands up. Moore said Adarian walked into the living room with nothing in his hands and Capers shot him in the chest. You couldn't tell that was a child. So, of course, Darian didn't know why he turned to his mother after he was shot and said, "Why did he shoot me?" Oh boy. He ran to me. He was bleeding. I held him. He bled out of his mouth. That had to be scary. So he was taken to the hospital. He spent 5 days in the local hospital for treatment for a collapsed lung and lacerated liver. Oh my goodness. And he had fractured ribs before being discharged on Wednesday. He shot an 11-year-old child in the chest. He tried to kill this baby. So, according to the local newspaper, Capers is the officer who fired the shot, according to the AP. Mississippi Department of Public Safety spokesperson Bailey Martin also told the news agency upon completing the investigation, agents will share their findings with the Attorney General's office. Due to this being an open and ongoing investigation, no further comment will be made. So, you know, the Associated Press also reached out to the police department and, they never responded. But this is just this is terrible. This is terrible. This child is never for the rest of his life going to ever trust a police officer or be reluctant to even call one if something is going down. Now, he did that really to protect his mother, and I guess the father of one of the children was upset. I mean, that's a hell of a time to show up at somebody's house at 4 a.m., you know, and they said he appeared really irate. So, when that child picked up that phone to call 911, he was looking to protect his mother. I mean, he's only 11. He can't take on no grown man, not at 11 years old. And I mean, and the cop was, as you can see, did more harm than good. And this is what we see the majority of the time. They do more harm than good. And this child, you don't know what health problems he's going to have for the rest of his life. That's a lot of injury from a single bullet that he endured. You don't always bounce back from all of these gun injuries at all. I mean, and she's right. He could have easily have lost his life. And it just hurts to just see him standing there with that bandage on his chest and you know what happened to him. You know, a collapsed lung, a lacerated liver, and fractured ribs. Those are not easy things to recover from, even for a grown up. So I'm glad the mother got a lawyer They definitely need to go, after this police officer, this Greg Capers, and the police department, period. And yeah, they need to compensate this family. And in all honesty, Sergeant Greg Capers need to go to jail. He needs to go to jail for what he did. How the hell is this doing police work, shooting a child? You know, and she had told when the mother went to they kicked the door in, and the mother told them that the person had left. Why would you be shooting anybody after the mother told you the person had left? You can't even say, oh, well, the cop had to go by. What judgment did he have to go by? And the mother told you this person left. So why would you be shooting anybody at the house? Oh, boy. I pray for Adarian Murray to have a quick recovery. I really do. And his family get the justice they definitely deserve. This child did not deserve what happened to him at all. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.